Solo Sikoa is picking up a lot of attention for his recent work, so we'll see what's up there. We'll also check out what's up with the women's title match, Nikki Bella, and more. Starting things off with what's new for the mini Bloodline civil war that's going on right now ahead of Summerslam. This program originally faced a lot of criticism from fans for being very confusing and a bit hard to follow at times. You had Jimmy, Jay, and Jacob on one side, and although they could act heelish at times, they're still all beloved by the crowd. And you can label them as anti-heroes as well. Then on the other side of the ring, you've got Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa. The individual there that a lot of fans were a bit confused about was Solo Sikoa. Solo has been a heel literally for his entire run on the main roster that started originally back in 2022. So during the first few weeks of this program, everyone was wondering, what label does Solo's character get? Is Solo still a heel? Has he turned babyface through this program? And these last few weeks of Smackdown has definitely made this storyline a bit more clear. It does appear that Solo Sikoa is now officially a babyface character. Solo has shifted his entire demeanor, and he's a babyface for the first time in his main roster career. And Solo's already getting absolutely praised by the fans for his work and performance as a babyface. Fans love how funny, entertaining, and charming Solo Sikoa has been over the last few weeks as a full babyface. It's definitely very refreshing and a new direction for his character. You're talking about a character that was a heel for nearly 4 years straight. So fans are loving the new version of Solo Sikoa, and everyone feels like it was the right path to take his character in. But there are some fans out there wondering and theorizing if this full babyface version of Solo Sikoa will truly stick around for long. All eyes are on the big Summerslam 6-man tag match between Jimmy, Jay, and Jacob versus Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa. With WWE teasing a reunion between Roman and Solo a few months back, that has some people wondering if it can still be the route and payoff here. Jacob did deliver that message to Solo Sikoa all those months ago that Roman was ready to forgive him and wanted him back in the family. Solo Sikoa had no interest in listening to what Roman had to say and did not care to return to the family. But you got some fans out there that are still suspicious and are still wondering if that could be the twist here. Solo had made it very clear in recent weeks that he truly didn't care about returning to Roman and the family. But could something happen at SummerSlam to change his perspective and stance? Maybe Solo does betray his team of Knight and Royce Keys at SummerSlam in order to link back up with his brothers and his cousin. That would put a quick end to his full babyface direction for Solo Sikoa, but still keep him right there hovering around the anti-hero area. It's a tough backstabbing moment for Knight and Royce Keys, but it shows that family always comes first, and Solo Sikoa will always choose his family before anyone else. So that is a big theory floating around here right now. If Solo does return to the family, you gotta assume that will get him brought over to the Monday Night Raw brand. And it would be interesting to see what that first interaction between Roman Reigns and Solo would look like. They haven't been on the same page with each other since early 2024. But like Jacob revealed, Roman doesn't even have any current issues with Solo. He wanted to squash everything, and it was Roman's idea for Solo to return to the family in the first place. So Roman shouldn't really be hostile to Solo given all that information. If they're going back to having the full bloodline together, it does look like Solo Sikoa is a big piece of that puzzle. And especially since his character is starting to become more likable and entering that babyface zone, maybe a reunion with the 2026 version of the Bloodline does make sense. So that's definitely worth theorizing about right there. We haven't really seen Roman's story cross over with the Bloodline story in recent weeks. Both programs have been completely kept separate from each other. The Bloodline hasn't been getting involved in Roman's feud with Seth, and Roman hasn't gotten involved with the entire situation with Solo, Knight, and Royce Keys. But we'll have to see if those paths will cross over again sometime after SummerSlam. There's been more developments to the situation going on with Bayley. A big recurring topic the whole community has been talking about this week has been Bayley and her WWE status. Lots of rumors that Bayley is hitting free agency later on this year. Lots of buzz and uncertainty circulating on if she will sign a new deal with WWE. That's been the big topic, and it feels like there's constantly been a lot of new things happening this week that's keeping that conversation going. The main one, of course, being that Bayley was written off television after her recent loss to Lyra. Will it be a short time away from television or a long time away? We'll have to wait and see. And the second big event this week that everyone was talking about was Bayley's removal from the WWE tryout and scouting event that's coming up. Prior to just this week, Bayley had been one of the faces that were being promoted for that tryout event. But Bayley has now been officially removed from all promotional material for that event and replaced with Ivy Nile. So that was another red flag the community picked up on and was discussing amongst themselves. Why was Bayley removed from television? Why was she removed from this tryout? What exactly is going on here? And even another thing that made fans more confused was a new Instagram story from CM Punk where he appeared to be showing support to Bayley by positioning a captionless photo of Bayley rehearsing her entrance. So that was Punk's way of showing support to Bayley at a time where a lot of people were wondering about what exactly is going on here with her status. There's definitely a lot more questions than answers right now when it comes to this whole mystery of WWE status regarding Bayley. Reports claimed that her contract isn't up until late 2026, but she's being pulled and removed from everything in current day. So that has fans really panicking and trying to figure out what exactly is happening right now with Bayley, because it is a big mystery at this current moment in time. The interim WWE Women's Championship ladder match for Summerslam is quickly filling up with a lot of spots now being taken. That ladder match to crown the interim champion will include Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Chelsea Green, and Tiffany Stratton. That's 4 individuals, but they did say that there would be 5 women in total in this matchup to crown the new interim women's champion. So there's going to be one last qualifier on the Smackdown before SummerSlam, or potentially even a mystery entrant. That's an option that some fans are discussing as well. Maybe they'll just leave it as a last mystery entrant for SummerSlam itself, and maybe that could be a big return. SummerSlam is a show that prides itself on big returns, so maybe this is a good spot for one. You have a lot of huge stars on the shelf right now. You got Becky Lynch, Naomi, AJ Lee, Stephanie, and so many other major stars in the women's division that are all inactive at the moment. So could that final 5th spot go towards one of those major returns? That's an idea that's floating around right now, and it'll definitely create a big return moment for sure. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.